What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar, and I have an absolutely crazy video for you today. This is the craziest chapter of Demon Slayer ever, and we got so much to talk about, so make sure to stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed these Demon Slayer reviews and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button and share this video with a friend. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future Demon Slayer reviews. Remember that you can get early access to these Demon Slayer reviews by following AnimeUproar Audio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Check out the links in the description. We were actually the #1 trending anime podcast in Great Britain recently, which was very cool. Now we just have the rest of the world left to conquer. Anyways, keep in mind there will be manga spoilers in this video. I will be talking about the latest chapter, chapter 201 after all. You've been warned. Now without further ado, let's jump into it. I don't think we've had a chapter title as hype as this one. Chapter 201 is called The King of Demons, which pretty much breaks all hype limiters right there. Remember, last time, we were not 100% certain of Tanjiro's fate. He definitely seemed like he was dead, but I mentioned that we didn't see him cross over, so it wasn't final by any means. We're gonna get into detail about what happened to Tanjiro soon, but I'm sure if you're a Demon Slayer fan, you already know because I was told at least a million times before I even read this chapter. It's crazy AF, and we'll get all the insane details right after we spend a little quality time with Muzan, the man who I've called the Demon King of Pop. The mangaka has left out the of pop part in the title, but that's okay since that'll make more sense by the end of this chapter. We see actual baby Muzan, not giant baby Muzan, and how death was always close to him. Death, represented by shadowy hands, was always after him. His heart stopped numerous times while he was in the womb, so if he could survive without a heartbeat, I wonder who else could. Nudge nudge, wink wink. For his part, baby Muzan didn't have a pulse and wasn't breathing when he was born. He was actually gonna get cremated, but he finally struggled and cried his way back to life just in time. I absolutely love what the mangaka is doing here. We know that Muzan has done such terrible things, but by showing us him as a frail baby, just being saved from certain death, you can't help but acknowledge his own human frailty. And when we acknowledge frailty and weakness in others, we tend to feel pity, perhaps even some sympathy, rather than pure hatred. Although I'm sure that some guy out there will leave a comment about how much he hates baby Muzan. However, even people who grow up to do terrible things were once cute and completely helpless babies. This baby Muzan did nothing wrong yet. From a young age, he had to struggle as hard as he could just to survive, and he continued to do that straight into demon adulthood. The ultimate lone wolf, Muzan, says that what he strongly desired always came true. He made it happen, but he acknowledges that there is a limit to what one can do alone. Muzan has to admit that Ubuyashiki was right. All that lives must die, and that only feelings are eternal and undying. Muzan says he doesn't remember a single human he's killed. The flesh just dies. The body disappears. But the feelings were passed on, and those feelings helped to defeat the lone wolf Muzan. For example, just think about how Rengoku helped to inspire the others, especially Tanjiro. Think about how Yoriichi, even though he's dead, made all this possible by saving Tamayo and passing on his breath of the sun and philosophy all the way down to Tanjiro. Everyone's feelings were passed on and set the subsequent generation's heart ablaze until the flames were so strong that they burned Muzan. Muzan was even moved by how the feelings were passed on, and we see him crying. The Demon King of Pop himself cries. This is definitely the climax of what I've been calling the mangaka's humanization of Muzan. We see this big bad boss being moved to tears. He's powerless. His flesh is about to disappear in the sunlight forever. And then we get the but. As we quickly turn the page, we see Muzan play a last-minute reverse Uno card of insane proportions. He points out how it's not just the feeling of the demon slayers that get passed on, Muzan's feelings are also undying and eternal. The mind-blowingly unbelievable happens. Muzan entrusts his feelings to Tanjiro. Thus, Muzan plans to turn Yoriichi's successor into his own. Ironically, Muzan gives us the good news that Tanjiro is not dead for good, even though his breath and heart have stopped, which is mirroring how baby Muzan's heart did the same. Tanjiro's cells haven't died. There's still time for him. Keep in mind, this is happening in the past when Tanjiro was momentarily absorbed into huge baby Muzan's flesh. Akira style. Muzan pours all of his blood and power into Tanjiro because he will conquer the sun. The twist is so crazy primarily because it makes so much sense. Muzan has planned this out well. He knows that since his sister could conquer the sun, then Tanjiro probably can too. He plans for Tanjiro to become the strongest demon ever, the next Demon King. He just Meliodas Tanjiro. Who would have thought that the strongest enemy demon would end up being our main freaking character? You have to hand it to the mangaka, this is some amazing storytelling. Muzan gives all of his blood to Tanjiro, so it's going to be much harder if not impossible for Tanjiro to fight his demon urges. Tanjiro is also a sun breather to boot. He's a user of the strongest breath style and currently the strongest demon slayer. I don't care if anyone wants to disagree with that, he totally is after what we saw when he fought against Muzan. The strongest living demon slayer, Yorichi's successor, and our main protagonist seemingly becomes the final bad guy. Wow. And then Muzan tells Tanjiro to make his dream come true. We jump to the present. Demon Slayer members are crying, and then suddenly Tanjiro wakes up with demon eyes. Mind you, both eyes because he's finally healed of his infected eye. I was wondering how they would solve that problem, and here it is. Tanjiro has become a demon. I predicted this might happen way earlier in the Muzan fight, and it took longer than expected, but we finally have Demon Tanjiro. All of his skill enhanced by demon blood. And what will be his blood demon art? So many questions. Muzan was the Demon King of Pop. What will Tanjiro's demon title be? In the comments, I'm asking you to give me a name to call Demon King Tanjiro. Get creative. Now we have Tanjiro, who's been tasked with Muzan's dream of defeating the Demon Slayer core once and for all. His left arm grows back and he goes straight for a Demon Slayer member to Gyu's shock. There isn't a fight over control right now. Tanjiro is in full-on demon mode right now. Gyu has to save the Demon Slayer member. Keep in mind there is a lot at stake here, even if Tanjiro just kills one human. Knowing Tanjiro, if he ever found out that he killed an innocent person, it would devastate him. But not just that. As we've seen in the series, demon or not, people who kill innocent people can go to heaven. We saw that with Sanemi's mom, even though she was a demon at the time. So Tanjiro's future on Earth and even his future in the afterlife are at stake here. Then we get an image of Tanjiro looking very demonic, more demonic than even Muzan. His Demon Slayer marks are spreading over his face and he's salivating through his vampiric smile. Gyu warns another member to get back, but the member has no chance. Tanjiro's insanely fast arm is about to take him out, except the sun appears with full force. Tanjiro covers himself and begins to burn. Now's the moment of truth. Will he become immune to the sun like Nezuko did and like Muzan predicted he would? As Demon Tanjiro suffers, Gyu keeps telling everyone to get away from him. Gyu, who cares so much about Tanjiro that he offered to commit seppuku if Nezuko ever killed a human, has to tell everyone who is still able to fight to grab a weapon. They're going to have to kill Tanjiro the demon. People around like Yushiro and Zenitsu start to notice that something is not right. Zenitsu is the one to say it. Tanjiro has become a demon. Inosuke says that they have to keep him under the sun and burn him to death. He says this even though we know it must be ridiculously hard for him to acknowledge what needs to be done. Gyu gives clear orders. They need to kill Tanjiro before he kills anyone. As his friends, this appears to be the kindest thing they can do for him right now. Knowing Tanjiro, he'd want them to kill him too. I keep thinking about how Nezuko could be healed and become human again, but in her case she really did have less Muzan blood, which allowed her to overcome him before she even fully turned back to human. So far, this doesn't look like it's going to be possible with Tanjiro, who seems to be a complete slave to his demon urges right now. Gyu is trying to stop him, begging him to die as a human. However, it's not to be. The burning stops. Muzan's hypothesis was correct. Tanjiro has arguably become the perfect life form as Muzan would describe it. In all likelihood, he can now recover from any cuts like Muzan, he's immune to Muzan's one weakness, the sun, and he knows the strongest Demon Slayer breath style. Not to mention his breath style should be enhanced by his demon powers and that he should gain an OP blood demon art as well. If we're being real, the other guys don't stand a chance physically. They have to somehow reach Tanjiro and make him give up, like what happened to Akaza. Again, this is not going to be easy because Tanjiro is given more Muzan blood than anybody else. Tanjiro hits Gyu in the face and Inosuke stops him before he can finish Gyu off. Giyu has lost a lot of blood and it's making him dizzy. There are less and less fighters available, and the ones that are seriously injured. Keep in mind we haven't seen Iguro and Mitsuri cross over yet, so they could very well still be alive. Sanemi's alive too, but we do know that the strongest pillar Gyome has passed on, and so he can't help them. Inosuke and Zenitsu try to reach Tanjiro, talk some sense into him, but it won't work. Tanjiro looks like a ferocious animal. He has killing intent in his eyes, and Inosuke and Zenitsu are in disbelief. What can they do? This is the worst outcome they could have imagined. Zenitsu points out how no one can really fight anymore because they're so beat up after the Muzan fight. He asks Tanjiro about Nezuko, the little sister he was ready to die for. Tanjiro only set out on this journey and became a demon slayer because he wanted to save his sister, and now he might actually be the one to kill her. The thought is as ironic as it is depressing. Tanjiro comes at Inosuke for the kill. We get a flashback of the 3 demon-slaying musketeers. They agreed in the past that they're like brothers, and that if anyone should stray from the path, the others will stop him. That's exactly what they're dealing with now. Tanjiro, through no fault of his own, has strayed from the path by becoming a demon. It's hard and it's painful for Inosuke to kill his best friend, but he knows it's the right thing to do. Zenitsu is crying. Inosuke promises to strike Tanjiro down, but then he remembers Tanjiro's kind face offering him food. He can't do it. No matter how much Inosuke wants to act tough, he can't kill his best friend. He can't connect his sword to Tanjiro's neck. He begins to cry through his boar mask as Demon Tanjiro goes in for the kill. And that's the end of the chapter. Wow. From a storytelling standpoint, this was an amazing chapter. Obviously, we want a happy ending, and I still think they'll save Tanjiro, but this was such an exciting page-turner of a chapter. Muzan making Tanjiro his successor, the fact that Tanjiro is perfect for the job, all of it makes for such good storytelling. What do you think is gonna happen next? Will Tanjiro actually kill someone? Will they kill him? Or will they find a way to save him like they saved Nezuko before he kills anyone? If they do save him, the mangaka found a way for Tanjiro to successfully recover his eye and arm, perhaps suggesting that we might get some more adventures with the demon-slaying musketeers when this is over. After all, if Demon Tanjiro is immune to the sun like Nezuko, then the human medicine should work on him too. I hope we get more Demon Slayer. It's definitely popular enough if the mangaka wants to keep working on it, and I hope she does. The fact that Muzan wasn't the final villain gives me hope that maybe we might get some more arcs. Obviously at this point this is just wishful thinking, but a man can hope. We'll have to wait and see, but no matter what, best girl Mitsuri better be okay, man. Anyways, that is it for this mind-blowing, intense chapter. I'm curious to see what Tanjiro's Blood Demon art will be, even though I hope he doesn't actually kill anyone by using it. If you did enjoy this review, make sure to smash that like button and share this video. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future Demon Slayer videos. Remember, you can get early access to Demon Slayer and other reviews by following AnimeUproar Audio on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Find the links in the description. A special thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help us survive YouTube issues and help make videos like this one possible. First and foremost, I want to thank the legend, acknowledged by Lord Twigo, Senpai Sama himself, Baby Ray, and the 1-tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans: Steven Ingrata, Alola and Autem, The World, Steelers, The School Bus, Tyson Quarino, A Quiet Respect, and Pate Hefa. And our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, Anatoly Kazatsky, Angel Cruz, Team Sparky 65, Rohan Kapoor, Cricket XP, Ted No Ted, Jalter, Joe Stanton, Very Gucci, Alicia Actor, Animal 69, Jessica Califon, Emperor Otaku, JCC Waka, and The Coach. Thank you all so much. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord, where we talk about anime life and, of course, the dank memes. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can also now join the YouTube channel and support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Thanks again, and until next time, see you, Space Cowboys.